We have 28 times 10. 28 times 10. That's 2-digit times 2-digit multiplication. That's too much, right? No? Who knows what that is? Thumbs up. 28 times 10? I bet you do. 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 Do you know what 28 times 1 is? That means I'm going to count by 28 one time. Like I have a bag of 28 Skittles, right? Ready? 28. Oh, that was easy. So what's 28 times 1? 28. Okay. 28 times 1 equals 28. So 28 times 10, we have 10 times 28. Now it's hard to count by 28s, isn't it? 28, 56, something like that. Okay. But we could count by 10s really easily. Look. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. I'm going to draw a line there so I don't forget. That much is 100. Okay? And then let's try it again. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. And that's 100. Okay, do I think you have another 100? You think what? You think we have another 100 or no? You think it's 80. Okay, look. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. You're right. It's 80. So we have 100 plus 100 plus 80. What's that?
280.
Nice, 280. So 28 times 10 is, what is it, Nyla?
280.
Nice, okay. Woo! Now I have 28 times 5. That's going to be, what do you notice about this? How is it different from that one, Abigail? How is this one different from that one, Nasairos? How is this one different from that one, Stefan? Yes? It's thinner. How much thinner? 5 thinner? Interesting. So we know that's a 10 up here, and this is a 5. What do you notice about 10 and 5s?
10 and 5. 5 plus 5 is 10.
You said that 5 plus 5 is 10. 10 is made out of a
5
and a 5. So is this half?
4.
Is this half of that?
Yes.
Yeah? I could take this and put it up here, and it would only be half of this?
Yes.
Oh, wow. So my answer is going to be half of that, you think?
Yes.
Do we know what 280 divided by 2 is, divided in half? We cut it in half?
Divided by 2.
What is 200 divided by 2? If I have $200 and I'm going to give half to Miss Rose and half to Grayson, right? How much would each of them get? I have $200 and I'm going to split it in half. $100. Okay, so we got 100.
Plus 100.
And what's 80? No. I'm not plussing it back. I started with 200 and I'm splitting it in half. I'm sharing it out. Okay, this is division. I'm cutting it in half. I'm sharing it out. Are you ready, Grayson and Cyrus?
Yeah.
We're talking about, it's not real money, of course. Okay, I got 200 cool points. And I'm going to share it evenly between Cyrus and Grayson. Okay, how many cool points would Cyrus get?
The Cyrus will get 100 and he will get 100.
We want to make sure it's fair, right? They'd each get 100. Okay, now I have 80 more cool points. Whoop, whoop, we got more cool points. I'm going to share it evenly between you two.
40 and 40.
40 and 40. So look, I have 100. You got 100 the first time, and now you got 40. So how many does Cyrus have? Just one of them. How many do they have? How many do they each have? 140.
Yay.
Do you think that's true?
Yes.
You think this 28 times 5 is 140?
Yes.
If you go home and say, Mom, how much is 28 times 5? She would have to get a paper out or a calculator out. But you would say, I know that 28 times 5 is half of 28 times 10. 28 times 10 is 280, and half of that is 140. That's crazy powerful thinking. Can we double check?
Yes.
Okay. Should we break this up into something that we can count?
Yes. Yes.
Do you guys know? Should we count it up into, like we have? Ooh. Should we half and double it?
Yes.
double in half?
Yeah.
What's double 10? I mean, what's double 5?
5.
What's double 5?
10.
Okay, and what's half of 28? Let's break it up into expanded form so it's easier for you. 20 plus 8. So how do I break 20 in half?
Into a 10 and a 10.
Good. Everyone say it with me. Not just start.
10.
10 and 10. How do I break an 8 in half?
Into 4.
Yes. Good job. So then I have a 10 and a 4. I just need half of them. I need this one and this one.
So put the 4 with the 10.
So what's 10 and 4?
14.
14. So look, I have 14 times 10. Now, that's still big, but I think you might know 14 times 10 because it's a 10 fact. And you guys know how to multiply by 10, don't you? But 14 times 10 is 14 with a bonus 0. Do you see the trick?
Yes.
Now, it's not just a trick
100.
because it means that we can count by 10 14 times. Look at this. 5 plus 5 is 10, right? Do you see our 10 frame? Do you see our 10 frame? Look, do you see it? Look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's right there. And then if I do this one, it's another 10 frame. And these two 5s together, it's another 10 frame. And these two 5s together, it's another 10 frame. You got it? Let me catch up with you guys. How many 10 frames do we have here? Can you tell me how many we're going to have? You don't have to count them. It's in our problem. Nice, Stefan. How many sets of 10 do we have? 14. And so 14 times 10 is 140. Let's count. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, 130, 140. So 14 times 10 is 140. We are doing some hard math here.
Yep.
And you guys are figuring it out.
Yep.
This is another challenging problem. It says 10 over here times, 16. I read it wrong. 10 times 16. 10 times 16. Let's see if anybody has a thumb up.
160.
How do you know, sir?
Because if you have 16 and then you add 10, you can just add the 0, then you have 160.
Oh, I can't just add a 0. That's not the that's something we might have said before, but it's not the mathematical way to explain it. Can't even say the word right yet. Mathematical way to explain it. It's not, because if I add a 0 to something, like if I had 5 Cheez-Its and I added 0 to it, how many Cheez-Its would I have? 5. Doesn't really change it. Adding a 0 doesn't change much. But multiplying by a multiple of 10 changes it. Okay? Multiplying by a multiple of 10 is a mixed up mumbo jumbo in your mouth. Multiplying by a multiple of 10. Can you guys do that? Multiplying by a multiple of 10. You guys are really good at that. That looks really cute. I should film your faces doing it. Your faces look a lot cuter than mine. Let's do it. Multiplying by a multiple of 10. Okay, so I'll edit that part out because I bet my face looked crazy. But it's whatchamacallit, a tongue twister in your mouth. Multiplying by a multiple of 10.
Multiplying by a multiple of 10.
Got it. So, Tyler, how did you know that 10 times 16 was 160? By what?
By 10.
Multiply by 10s. Multiplying by a multiple of 10 that's something really amazing. It gives us its bonus 0. Yes. But now we got 16 times 10, so we have 16 multiples of 10, right? Let's count these multiples of 10. Ready? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Freeze just for a second. There's 100. This part is 100, right? And then can I start over?
Sure.
Okay, 100. Whoops up. Stay with me. I mean, now we're going to go on from 100. Ready? 110, 120, 130, 140, 150, 160. 160. Thank you so much, friend. You can go back and sit down. So this part is 60. So what's 160?
160.
Nice. So now we can see the multiples of 10 here, can't we? Okay. All right, Stefan, push the button for me. Let's see if we can challenge them. 5 times 16. What did you guys notice? Give me a thumbs up if you noticed something from this and how it relates to that. Yes, Lorenzo?
Over here is 10 times 16. Over there is 5 times 16.
So what is that? How does that relate? 5 and 5 make 10. That's interesting. So does that mean that 5 is half of 10? Can you say it in the mathematical terms like that? 5 is half of 10.
5 is half of 10.
Are you sure?
Yes.
So I said, how does that relate to that one? So in math, if you guys know the relationships between the small numbers, you can figure out the relationships between the big numbers. The huge big numbers. Are you ready? So now I have 5 times 16 is going to be half of 10 times 16. What was 10 times 16? Thumbs up. I'm not going to do the thinking for you. You're going to do it. Yes, Grayson?
160.
Good. That was 160. Now I have to cut that 160 in half. I have 160 Cheez-Its, and half is going to go to Maurice, and half is going to go to Nyla. Okay? I have 160, and I want to cut it right in half. Boom! So let's try this. I'm going to have 100 plus 60, and I'm going to cut 100 in half. You guys know how to do that now, don't you?
50.
Yes, 100 in half is 50. Good. And 60 in half is what? 30. It's 80. So half is 80. That's so cool. Hey, do you know that 8 plus 8 is 16?
Yeah.
So is 80 plus 80 160?
yeah.
We totally know that. We forgot we knew it. 8 plus 8 is 16. So 80 over here plus 80 over there is?
160.
So half of 160 is? 160 is made out of an 80 and another 80. Because 8 plus 8 is 16, right? So it's not on the hundredths chart because it's 160. It's past it. You're like way beyond the hundredths chart now. But you know half of 100 is 50, and you know half of 60 is 30, and you know half of 16 is 8. That's really interesting. So you know these relationships between the small numbers, and now you know the relationships between much bigger numbers. We could put extra bonus zeros on here and you would still get it, right? We could have thousands and hundreds and millions and billions and you would still get it. Okay, so now you think the answer is 80?
Yeah.
Let's double check. Hmm, 16 fives. I love to make a 10. Don't you know that, Abigail? I was talking to your mom and dad last night. We were singing the oh when we would make a 10, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because yesterday was math night.
So look, I love to make a 10, and look what I just found right here.
10.
A 10 frame. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ooh, everybody go. Okay, so I have a 10 here. What's this right here? Oh my goodness, look at all these beautiful 10s.
Another 10. Another 10. Another 10. Another 10.
Nice. Now, you already counted them? Let's count the 10s and see what we got. 10, 20. Wait, let's do it together so that we don't get confused by each other. Okay, let's do it like a choir. Are you ready? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. So 5 times 16 is 80. That is so cool. 5 times 16 is 80. Because we knew if we doubled this, that would be 10. And how many sets of 10 did we have? We would have to halve the 16 in half. What's 16 in half, Dakota?
16 and a half is 8.
It's 8. So what's 10 times 8? Star. What's 10 times 8? Yeah, we totally know it. It's 8. Now say it like you mean it because the camera couldn't hear you. What's 10 times 8, Star?
80.
Yes, it's 80. We totally know that. We're not supposed to know that yet. So forget about it.
No.
Oh my goodness. Okay, Star, can you push the button for me this time? Ooh, 24 times 10. Ooh, thumbs up. Let's see if we can figure this out. First graders. I'm going to look for a first grader with a thumb up. See, my second graders have their thumbs up. But this is 24 times 10. So we're going to count by 10 24 times.
10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100.
Pause.
100.
Just a second. Pause. Let me make sure I got it right. Okay, so that's 100. And then 110, 120, 130, 140, 150, 160, 170, 180, 190, 200. There's another 100, right? And then 10, 20, 30, 40. So what would this be if I put this 100 and 100 and 40? You're right. This whole thing together is 240. Can you read it by tilting your head sideways?
240.
Good. Okay.
Yeah.
So that means that 24 times 10 is 240. Do you see something cool about this?
Yes.
What do you see that's cool, Anna?
I see the bonus 0.
You see a bonus 0. Why did we put a bonus 0 on there?
Because we're multiplying by a multiple of 10.
Good. You didn't even get tongue-tied. Everyone say, multiply by a multiple of 10. We're multiplying by a multiple of 10, and amazing, magical things happen. Okay. Let's do this, Star. Let's push the button, see if we can trick them. Ooh. What do you notice, first graders? Second graders, I think your thumbs are up. I love that. I see that you know. I know that you know. That's great. Now, what do you notice about this? Let's see. I'm going to call on somebody else this time. Miss Rose, what do you notice about this one?
It's shorter and 10 is middle of 5. So.
Did you say 10 is the middle of 5?
I said it's 10 is
Bigger than 5. How much bigger? 2 bigger?
Yeah.
So 5 times 2?
Yeah.
Which means, what does 2 mean? What's that fancy word that we were talking about? Double. Yeah. If we have 5 times 2, it means we're doubling it, right? Can everybody say, double it? Double it. Okay, so that was double what this is. So what do we call the word for what this is? That's double. This is half. This is half. That's double. This is half. This is half of that. Now, does anybody know what half of 240 is?
Half of 240 is
Go ahead, sir.
100. 120.
Nice. 120. You got it. 120. So 240 divided by in half is 120. So first graders, you might not have caught that yet. Let me show you. 240 is the same as 200 plus 40, right? Am I right, Grayson?
Yeah.
240 is the same as 200 plus a 40?
Yes.
Okay, Grayson. Egypt. Cut that 200 in half for me.
100 and 100.
What? Each person gets 100? Okay, so I'm going to cut that in half. And that would be 100. And 40 divided in half would be, all right. Now this makes more sense, doesn't it? 10, 20, 30, 40. And I split it in half.
20.
Each person would get 20. Good. So then I have 100 plus 20. What's 120? 120. Okay, so we think the answer to this is 120.
Yes. Let's try.
Let's double check, right? We have a 24 here. 24 times 5? That's really hard to do in my head. You want to try this crazy new strategy called doubling and halving? Yeah? You want to try doubling and halving? Do you know what double 5 is, Maurice? Let's double it. Give me 5.
Give me.
Let's double it.
10.
Woo! What's 5 and another 5?
10.
10. So if we double 5, we're going to have 10. Let's have 24. I almost told you the answer. What's half of 24?
12.
12. What's 12 times 10?
12 times 10 is 120.
How do you know, Tyler? Yes, because we're multiplying by 10, so it's 12 with a bonus 0 because we're multiplying by multiples of 10. That's awesome. So, let's double check. Are you ready?
Yeah.
I see some, wait. I could count by 5s for a long time. Or I could double my 5s and count by 10s because 10s is easier for me. Is it easier to count by 10s here?
30,
40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120. We did it! That's amazing. And there's 12 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Whoa. That's so cool.